Kingstown, Rhode Island. Katie Moss, a 5'6 junior from Huntington Beach, California. Allison Pinnock, a 5'7 freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. Carly Kissinger, a 5'4 sophomore from Mechanicsburg, PA. Caitlin Gibson, a 5'5 senior from San Diego, California. Maya Bentley, a 5'3 senior from Reedfield, Maine. And Monica Ryan, a 5'3 sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri. In goal, Jesse Bryan, a 5'2 sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri. As we are underway a minute or two early and the ball goes out on the near side, it will be a St. Louis restart. Lock Haven leads the all-time series 5-1. St. Louis picked up their only win of 2015 last year against Lock Haven. A 2-1 victory on October 25th. That game was at St. Louis. St. Louis into the offensive half. They roll it into the scoring area and a whistle. And we are going to have the first penalty corner of the game. It is going to belong to St. Louis. So the Billikens, who have struggled mightily, averaging just 3 penalty corners a game, that is the fewest in the Atlantic 10. The inserter will be Carly Kissinger. Just underway. Ball settled down, and the shot is going to be deflected wide before it arrives at Paige Stuppy. It may have hit a St. Louis player, and the possession will go back to Lock Haven. A minute and a half in, no score from Charlotte E. Smith Field. With Caitlin Gibson on the trigger as the long pass up ahead out of the reach of Tamia Roach. Goes out over the back line, so it will belong to St. Louis. Lock Haven at the halfway point in the Atlantic 10 schedule. The back half begins today. And Lock Haven right in the thick of things as far as the postseason picture is concerned. Megan Wenrick has the possession in the middle of the field. Pushes it to the near side to Colleen McCabe. McCabe, long angle pass to the near side, out of the reach of Lydia George, and it will go back to St. Louis. Lock Haven was picked to finish tied for fourth with Davidson in the A-10. Top 4 teams make the postseason tournament. Steal away by George in the offensive third. Now it'll be Martinelli. Martinelli into the scoring area, looking for the deflection from Roach, and Roach could not quite redirect it on goal. It's out over the back line. It will belong to Lock Haven. The keeper, Bryan, may have gotten a pad to it. 3 minutes in, scoreless. Wenrick takes the restart over to the far side. And now the ball looking to make its way into the scoring circle. The pass, though, intercepted, and St. Louis will come the other way. In the middle of the field, it's Morgan Crow, junior out of the Petty School in Millstone, New Jersey. And her pass to the near side, inaccurate, out of play. It will belong to Lock Haven. McCabe. McCabe started her career as a midfielder, now a defender, made the transition last year. One of the real leaders for this Lock Haven program, as it's Lydia George on the ball, trying to chip it over the stick of a midfielder, but Allison Pinnock was wise to it. And now it's Crow in the middle of the field, looking to the near side for Smith, who can't chase the pass down. It'll go out over the back line. Possession to Lock Haven. Stephanie Whiteman will take the free hit. I mentioned in the open, Megan Wenrick, an all-region pick last year. As Lock Haven loses it down the near side. Stephanie Whiteman was Lock Haven's other all-region selection. Both of them second team all Mid-East region. Whiteman had 8 defensive saves last year. As St. Louis looking to work it to the top of the scoring arc. Molly Fide could not chase the pass down. Fide, the leading scorer for St. Louis, 4 goals, 2 assists on the year. We have no score. 30-25 to go in the first half. Jonathan Schwab live on the Bear Country Sports Network as the ball caught the foot at midfield of Carly Kissinger, so it will belong to Lock Haven. Lock Haven changes fields to the near side. Lydia George splits two defenders. George into the scoring area and can't quite get the shot away. And she swung with a defender right there, so the whistle goes against George in St. Louis, looking to work transition quickly. Can't do it. Lock Haven well positioned on the back end. Looked like the ball caught the foot of Wenrick. It did, so it'll go back to St. Louis. On the restart, Katie Moss. Long pass to the far side. Fide can't quite reach it. It'll roll out over the back line. Ball back to Lock Haven. Just one shot in this game in the first 5.5 minutes. It belonged to St. Louis, as we are scoreless 5.5 minutes in. St. Louis pokes it out on the far side. Possession back to Lock Haven. Tabitha Almond through the midfield. Her pass deflected and settled down by Maya Bentley. Bentley, a New England native out of Reedfield, Maine. St. Louis loses it out on the far side. St. Louis's lone win this season was a 4-1 victory over Missouri State. Bentley had a goal and an assist in that victory. It's been a fight for St. Louis to maintain competitiveness. It is a rebuild job for first-year head coach Danielle Baumgardner, as Lock Haven will build from the back line with the possession. 28:38 to go first half. Scoreless. McCabe on the near side. Stick-to-stick pass to George. George has it stripped and stolen away by Pinnock, but Pinnock loses it to Devin Barry. Barry's angle pass to the near side is behind George, out. Possession back to St. Louis. Pass through the midfield, can't find its intended target. Tamia Roach pokes it to Martinelli. Martinelli between two defenders. She's stripped and dispossessed, and she's called for obstruction, and it will belong to St. Louis. 7 minutes in, scoreless from Charlotte E. Smith Field on a cloudy, somewhat humid, 67 degrees Sunday morning. Lock Haven now with the free hit after the ball was lost out on the near side, and we get a whistle. It will go against St. Louis. George will take a moment to tie her left shoe. Devin Barry will take the free hit. Barry waits on the okay from the official on the near side, and now we'll move the ball up a few steps just outside of the dashed arc. As George, working on the back line, crosses in front, and Roach had an open net and could not connect with the bouncing pass. It will roll out over the sideline back to St. Louis. Best opportunity in the early going for Lock Haven. Tamia Roach has scored in back-to-back games, nearly made it 3 in a row, but we stay spotless on the scoreboard 8 minutes in. On the far sideline, Caitlin Gibson working against 3 Bald Eagles, and Lock Haven takes it away. Wenrick is fouled on the obstruction. She'll bring it back to where the foul was called, and now Lock Haven will look to work that back line on the far side. Right along the back line, a foul will be called. It was outside of the scoring circle, but the officials have the discretion to call a penalty corner on any foul within 25 yards of goal that they deem egregious enough, and they did that one. It'll be Lock Haven's first penalty corner of the day. It's sent in by McCabe. Roach lines it up, and McCabe had an open cage to the left of goal to redirect and was not able to put it home. It rolls out over the back line. Possession back to St. Louis. Just over 9 minutes in as the pass at midfield, controlled by Molly Fide to the far side. She has support with Carly Wolf. Wolf into the offensive third, working towards the scoring circle. Tried to work it over Whiteman, and it will be called a foul on Whiteman and a penalty corner for St. Louis. Second penalty corner for the Billikens. Give credit to St. Louis in the first 10 minutes. They are playing Lock Haven on even terms. Lock Haven, you would have expected, would come in with a chip on their shoulder after the loss Friday to St. Francis, and certainly for the returnees with the memory of last year's defeat to St. Louis on their minds. Moss will settle. Instead, it'll be Fide setting it up. The shot by Bentley is blocked. Bentley able to keep it alive and earns another St. Louis penalty corner. St. Louis will huddle up. The Billikens in the road white uniforms with the blue numerals and the blue skirts. Carly Kissinger will enter. This time Fide to the left of Moss. They're both set up to settle. Morgan Crow among those set up to hit, and Crow will step into it, shoot it, and a save by Paige Stuppy. Stuppy used the left pad to kick it away. It was an accurate shot. And St. Louis will keep. 24-14 to go, first half, no score. Each team has had scoring opportunities. Ball rolled to the near side to Monica Ryan. Sophomore out of St. Louis. Almost loses it. But Devin Barry could not keep the play legal, and it will remain with St. Louis. Allison Pinnock on the near side. Has her pass intercepted by Barry, who simply clears it to the near side. Still St. Louis ball. St. Louis in the near corner. Fide has it deflected out by Almond. Possession remains that of the Billikens. Ryan plays give and go, and now trying to direct it towards the scoring circle. Has some help, but the pass by Wolf is out of the reach of her intended target, Pinnock, and it'll go out for a Lock Haven free hit. Just under 23 minutes to go in the first half, as the foul called on Lock Haven. We have no score from Charlotte E. Smithfield. Ryan directing a pass to the near side, but Pinnock could not keep it in play. It will go out to Lock Haven. Devin Barry, accurate pass through the midfield. And the obstruction call against St. Louis, so it'll stay with Lock Haven. Megan Wenrick now pushes it back to where the play will be restarted to Colleen McCabe, and now Devin Barry. Ball hit the wrong side of the stick on Barry, so St. Louis temporarily had it, but they gave it right back to Lock Haven. Almond. Heavy pass to the far side, right into the St. Louis bench. Lock Haven not sharp early in the game. Shots are 3-1 in favor of St. Louis. There's no score on the board where it matters, though. Lock Haven with a takeaway on the far side. Roach now with some open field. Cuts inside a defender. She has George if she wants her. Finds George in alone, and the ball hits the right foot of George. George had a prime scoring opportunity and could not control the ball. And St. Louis working the near sideline, a nifty move along that sideline by Pinnock. The freshman has now started all 10 games of her career, and she finds Fide up ahead. Fide keeps it in play on the back line, inside the scoring circle, to the middle, pass deflected, and Lock Haven averts the danger well retreating. It's Wenrick finding Barry on the near sideline. Barry gives it away out on the near side. It'll go back to St. Louis. 21 minutes even to go first half. No score from the Lock Haven University campus. Martinelli with the steal away, but she gives it right away to Ryan. A whistle, foul on Lock Haven, and working towards the scoring area, Fide, but I was about to say dispossessed, but a foul called on Lock Haven. Lock Haven head coach Pat Rudy stalking the sideline somewhat nervously. 14 and a half minutes in. St. Louis has had somewhat the better of play and nearly a takeaway by DeGons. She would have been off to the races, but obstruction called on DeGons. The restart to Caitlin Gibson. Gibson tried to smoke a pass towards the scoring area. Wenrick stole it, and pushes it up ahead to Roach. Roach has help in the middle if she wants it. Instead, she'll work to the far sideline. Roach still on the possession, working that far side to DeGons. DeGons along the back line, has George in the middle. DeGons still on the ball, crosses it in, and it's kicked out over the back line by the keeper, Bryan. Possession remains with Lock Haven. 19:47 to go, first half, no score. Lock Haven trying to regroup in the Atlantic 10. They're 2-2 in the league. St. Louis searching for their first Atlantic 10 win. Ball set to the middle, McCabe. McCabe dribbling towards the scoring area, backhands it in. George has it go off her leg, and it will belong to St. Louis. Lock Haven has allowed the first goal in 3 of their 4 Atlantic 10 games. Aiming for a better start today, St. Louis has had the slightly better of the action, though. Long pass up ahead, looking for Fide on the far side. It is out of her extended reach, out on the far sideline to Lock Haven. For those of you getting up at 10 a.m. on a Sunday in the Midwest, we welcome you. Lock Haven University Field Hockey hosting St. Louis. St. Louis, right after this game, taking the flight back to the Midwest. This game actually moved up an hour to accommodate St. Louis's flight out of town. I wonder if we go 2 overtimes and penalty strokes, if they still make the flight. St. Louis has it on the back line offensively, and the pass to the middle is swatted out by Whiteman over the back line. Possession still with the road team from St. Louis, Missouri. In the far corner, Carly Wolf. Wolf working against Emily Robb. Whistle and obstruction on Robb. St. Louis goes back to that far corner. Wolf centers to the middle, and Stuppy calmly kicks it out over the back line. Possession will stay with St. Louis. The Pelicans have shown the capability to score. What they have struggled with is keeping teams off the scoreboard. They lose the ball out on the far sideline. Possession to Lock Haven. 17:42 to go, first half, no score from Charlotte East Smithfield. St. Louis has allowed 5 goals or more in all 8 of their losses. Danielle Baumgartner, their head coach, has to be pleased with the start in which they've allowed just 1 Lock Haven shot. Tamia Roach at midfield shovels a pass out on the far side. It will go back to St. Louis. Baumgartner assisted by Lauren Huey. Lock Haven head coach Pat Rudy. A new assistant coach this season, Anna Rogers, on the sideline for Lock Haven, as Lock Haven with a steal away at midfield, McCabe. McCabe working to the middle of the field. Spins back to the near side. A good look to George. George working towards the scoring circle. Works by a defender in the middle. McCabe goes down trying to shoot, and the ball is cleared out. Lock Haven wanted a penalty corner. And indeed, they will get the call a little bit late. Looked like it hit a St. Louis body in that scoring circle. Shots are 3-1 in favor of St. Louis. Lock Haven looking for their second shot. McCabe will insert. Roach getting ready to hit. Settled by Whiteman. Roach shovels it off to her left, and the shot finds the back of the net. Michelle Enck scored in each of the first 3 games of the year. She tallies her 5th of the season, and Lock Haven with a 1-0 lead. As she went 5-hole to tuck it by Bryan.
Goal Lock Haven, number 19, Michelle Enck.
I believe the assist will go to Tamia Roach.
Assisting on the play, Tamia Roach.
The goal comes with 16:11 to go in the first half. So Lock Haven earns that first goal they so badly wanted. And now let's see if they relax a little bit playing from the lead. Fide on the far side in the offensive third. Pass deflected by Roach. And the obstruction call against Roach. St. Louis still has it. Pass by Kissinger, but into the scoring area. An opportunity, save Stuppy as the shot from Amanda Clark shuffled aside. Clark, a sophomore out of Chicago, Illinois. Ball out on the far side. Possession to Lock Haven. Stephanie Whiteman directing the traffic as she will go to the lift. Ball bounces short of midfield, rolls over midfield and out, and fielded cleanly barehanded by Danielle Baumgartner on the St. Louis sideline. We are past the halfway point of the first half as Bentley shovels it off the body of Roach, so it will stay with St. Louis. And now we get a whistle, as I don't believe Lock Haven and Michelle Ank gave St. Louis the appropriate 5 yards to restart. So Maya Bentley will re-execute the restart. Ball on the far side. It's chipped out by Almond. Still with St. Louis. Heavy pass along that far side. Too heavy. Out over the back line. Lock Haven ball. Lock Haven came into this weekend with great momentum after a successful weekend in Virginia, wins at VCU and at preseason A-10 favorite Richmond. St. Louis with the possession on the near side. It's Pinnock. Pinnock battling with Barry, and the call will go against Pinnock. Barry on the quick restart, and her pass out of the reach of Alicia Smith, right near midfield. Smith, the 5'6" sophomore from Newport, PA. She was very effective last year as a freshman. 5 goals, 5 assists, in a bit of a scoring slump. Does not have a point in her last 6 games. St. Louis will operate from their back line, and the pass out on the far side, and Lock Haven's Pat Rudy showing off the athletic ability, lifted that left leg to get out of the way of the screaming pass. 13-19 left first half. 1-0 the Lock Haven lead on the Enk goal with 16:11 left in the half. Long pass to the near side, accurate to Lydia George. George works around a defender, working towards the scoring arc, inside the scoring circle, and she loses it out over the back line. Was it helped out? It was, unintentionally, so McCabe on the restart whacks it into the circle, and it goes off a St. Louis stick of Monica Ryan. Lock Haven will maintain possession. Shots 4-2 in favor of St. Louis, but it's 1-0 Lock Haven, where it's important. Megan Wenrick to the far side to Mia Roach. Roach, nearly dispossessed, spins away from pressure into the circle, and her cross pass deemed a dangerous one. St. Louis ball. Fide on the far side. Fide had 2 goals in St. Louis's last game a week ago. They lost to Pacific. Lock Haven with the take back, but the pass too far out in front of Ank over the back line. And back to St. Louis. St. Louis, just as I can get the words out of my mouth, they lose it on the far side. Now the two teams exchanging giveaways. St. Louis finally able to work it up the far side, and Lock Haven nearly invited trouble. Whiteman didn't field the ball cleanly at midfield, but got just enough of it that it rolled out on the far side to St. Louis. Would have been a 2-on-2 for the Billikens if she had whiffed cleanly. Ball played in at an angle. Now looking to the middle of the field, but Hannah Smith can't chase it down. On the far side, it's McCabe working around one Billiken. And a heady look to the middle to Roach, but Roach's pass is inaccurate out into the St. Louis bench. St. Louis ball. 11-12 left first half. 1-0 is the Lock Haven advantage. Sticks collide at midfield, and the call will go against Devin Barry as Lock Haven looked to work transition. Heavy swing through the midfield. Ball looked like it ticked off the stick of Whiteman. And it will be a free hit for St. Louis. St. Louis has generated a couple scoring opportunities off of penalty corners. Ball put into the scoring area. St. Louis still has it, and it appeared as though that swing hit the foot of Whiteman, so it will remain with St. Louis. The swing was by Carly Kissinger right outside the scoring area. Kissinger dispossessed well by Barry. On the near side, George. George accelerating through the middle of the field. Has Smith in front of her. George, long pass, looking for Smith. It was too hard, and because it was touched from outside the scoring circle, Bryan will simply raise her leg and let the ball roll into the net, and St. Louis immediately gives it away on the near side. Turnover, free hit to Lydia George, who will defer to Devin Barry. Under 10 minutes to go, first half. Lock Haven with a 1-0 lead on the Enck goal. Lock Haven looking to go over 500 in Atlantic 10 play. The legal touch on Lock Haven. St. Louis with the ball. St. Louis will work from the far sideline. St. Louis coming in at 1-8 on the year. 0-2 in the Atlantic 10. Steal away for Lock Haven in the middle of the field. Wenrick to her left, George in on goal and has it poked away from behind, and it will be a penalty corner for Lock Haven. The third PC for LHU. Colleen McCabe will insert. Whiteman to settle. Roach, the hitter. Smith and George are to the left of the center of the operation. St. Louis comes out in a diamond look. Smith with the shot, and it's deemed dangerous as it was chested away by Bryan. But immediately a takeaway by George just outside the scoring area. Lydia George into the scoring area. Her shot is redirected wide. It will actually roll to the far side out on the sideline and stay with Lock Haven. 8:28 to go, first half. 1-0 the Lock Haven lead. Entry by Roach. Lock Haven pushing on the back line, and another penalty corner, penalty corner for Lock Haven. It'll be their fourth. The shots are now even at 4 apiece. Colleen McCabe with a brief message for Roach and Whiteman. Lock Haven has a whole arsenal of penalty corner plays. They're looking to improve in that aspect. They've struggled across the board to put the ball over the line. Entry to Whiteman. Roach on the shot. It is towed away by Bryan, and the rebound, McCabe could not get the stick to it. Ball stays with Lock Haven. Lock Haven has looked dangerous on the penalty corners. Still looking to cash him in. McCabe with a heavy, dangerous hit. St. Louis being told to start from a little closer to the near sideline. They will. Jess Dunlap, 5'8" sophomore from St. Louis. Had it stolen by McCabe, who promptly lost it out on the near sideline. 6 versus 6 on the battle there. 7 minutes left, first half. 1-0 the Lock Haven lead on the Michelle Enck goal. The restart off the foot of Dunlap, Lock Haven ball. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have a Bald Eagle feature with Lock Haven's Stephanie Whiteman. That and the full Atlantic 10 scoreboard coming up at the intermission, which is 6:41 away. Tabitha Almond on the far side. Through the midfield, a good look for Roach. Now Smith. Smith has George to her left. Smith into the scoring circle. Centers it, and it goes off the body of George. Looked from up here, the pass may have come a little bit late. She had the opportunity right off the bat and dribbled all the way to the back line, and St. Louis was able to retreat defensively. Ticking down to 6 minutes to go in the first half. 1-0 Lock Haven. Steal away Martinelli. Martinelli into the scoring area looking for Smith. Ball lost for a second. Lock Haven gets it back though. Barry in the scoring area to the left of goal. Into the middle. Barry gets it back off the deflection. Crosses it, and the ball may have gone out over the back line before she crossed it. It did. And we have a stoppage as a St. Louis player was banged up on that play. She is jogging off to the far side. I believe that's Maya Bentley. The trainers are looking at. So she'll come off. Play resumes. St. Louis with the ball. Lock Haven with the 1-0 lead. 5:26 to go first half. Long scoop pass is sticked down by Allman and obstruction called on St. Louis. So Lock Haven will renew from the back line. Colleen McCabe. McCabe head up to the near side and open Devin Barry. Barry's pass is tipped out on the near side by Monica Ryan. Lydia George will restart. 30 minutes in from Charlotte E. Smith Field. George into the scoring area, streaking through, stripped, stolen. Katie Moss now transition. Long pass up ahead. Whiteman is well positioned and cuts the pass off. Works to the middle, Wenrick. Accurate pass to George. George has help up ahead. Will take it herself, in on goal. Shot stopped, rebound to Gons. Keeps it in play and hits off the side of the net. Working to the right of goal, St. Louis ball. So the last 10 minutes after the Enk goal, Lock Haven has controlled the action. Unable yet to build on the lead, and Danielle Baumgartner and St. Louis would like a timeout. 4:20 to go first half. Lock Haven 1. St. Louis nothing. You're listening to Lock Haven Field Hockey on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Food and fun with friends and family when you go to Haywood's on the Green and Mill Hall. With a large bar and their big screen TVs, Haywood's is where you go to catch the game with your buddies. Their spacious dining room and kids menu make them a family favorite too. Ask Haywood's about their special banquet menu for events in a ballroom capable of hosting parties up to 200 people. Call 570-748-8402 for reservations and check them out at haywoodsotg.com and on Facebook and Instagram. Haywood's. When the seasons change, Ex-Agway in Jersey Shore is ready. Buy wood pellets and canning supplies at Ex-Agway with a complete line of Mrs. Wages mixes along with food plot supplies for hunting season. Ex-Agway open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. Look for their sign on Allegheny Street in Jersey Shore directing you down the hill to their 112 Harris Street location. Ex-Agway, local people taking care of local people. 570-398-2770. Ex-Agway in Jersey Shore. Gerhard Her Insurance has one question for you. How long have you had your insurance with one agency? Are you aware the insurance industry is changing all the time? Many recommend you review the cost of your policies and what that price covers every 3 years. So the smart thing to do is to call Gerhard Her Insurance in Lock Haven, 570-748-8011. With a 49-year track record of serving Bear Country, they can take care of all of your business and personal insurance needs. Gerhard Her Insurance, 570-748-8011.
It's WQBR, the Bear.
St. Louis with the possession out of the SLU timeout. 1-0 Lock Haven. Clock running now as we're back to play with 4:15 to go in the first half. St. Louis fumbles it out on the near side. Lock Haven ball. Lock Haven looking to go over 500 in the Atlantic 10 and a 3-game home losing streak. Lydia George looking to double the lead inside the scoring area. Knocked free. George gets it back. Still in the scoring area. Crosses to the middle. And DeGons tipped it off the leg of Caitlin Gibson. It will be a penalty corner, Lock Haven. Lock Haven's lone goal coming from Michelle Enk, assisted by Tamia Roach off of a penalty corner with 16:11 to go in the first half. That's where we are now, 1-0 LHU. St. Louis aiming for their first Atlantic 10 win. Colleen McCabe will insert. Stephanie Whiteman will settle. Tamia Roach is armed and ready to hit. Whiteman settles. Roach off to her left. Enck with the shot, tipped wide, and baseball batted out on the near side by Caitlin Gibson. Gibson looked like she was swinging at a low fastball. Made good contact. McCabe works it back to midfield. Stephanie Whiteman. Whiteman's long pass is deflected towards goal by Roach, but out over the back line on the far side. Could not have been a goal anyway. She was outside the scoring circle. St. Louis working from the far side in their own defensive half with 2:37 to go in the half. 1-0 Lock Haven on the Enck goal. St. Louis nearly loses it in their own half. Pass upfield finds the stick of Katie Moss, and then Moss loses it and is called for the obstruction and then obstructs the restart as well. Wenrick, crossfield pass, a good one to Roach. Tamia Roach passes into the scoring area. St. Louis takes it and clears it away. Molly Fide. Fide can't clear the danger. DeGons has it tipped away, near side McCabe. Field tilted right now, under 2 minutes to go in the first half. McCabe's pass to Barry. Barry into the scoring area, has help if she wants it, and instead will earn a Lock Haven penalty corner. This will be the 6th Lock Haven penalty corner in the first half. For those of you working on counting, that takes 2 hands. Under a minute and a half to go in the opening half. McCabe again will insert. Whiteman to settle. Roach to hammer. Instead, it'll come to Enck, and Enck whiffs on the pass. Stick handles to her left and then chips it high and wide. So Lock Haven trying to use some imagination with the penalty corners, but the execution missing. And we hit a minute to go in the first half. 1-0 Lock Haven. On the near side, Monica Ryan nearly has her pass intercepted, and now Wenrick will. Wenrick touches it to her right, Martinelli. Martinelli into the scoring circle with speed, tries to cross it, ball loose, and it will be a foul on Lock Haven. Check it, a foul on St. Louis, but not a penalty corner with 27 seconds to go in the half. Ball may have gone out over the back line off of St. Louis before it was sent back to the middle. Roach, hard cross to the middle, ball loose, penalty corner Lock Haven. The 7th Lock Haven penalty corner in the first half, and this should be the final action of half number 1. Clock will hit 0. Lock Haven will be allowed to work this scoring opportunity to its completion. McCabe to insert. Same formation for Lock Haven. Almond involved now to the left of Enck. In the middle, Whiteman settles. Roach has her shot deflected. Ball still loose in the scoring circle. Crossed in front and over the line. Lock Haven scores on the final play of the first half. I believe it was Megan Wenrick who tapped it home, and Lock Haven will take a 2-0 lead into the locker room. Wenrick, from a bad angle, found a way to tuck it through Bryan over the line on the near side of the goal, and we've reached intermission. The score, Lock Haven 2, St. Louis 0. When we come back, recap the first half and bring you the Bald Eagle feature with Stephanie Whiteman. You're listening to Lock Haven Field Hockey on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Dr. Jason Madigan at Sport and Spine Chiropractic Rehab, not just a chiropractor, but also a nationally certified strength and conditioning specialist. Sport and Spine Chiropractic Rehab, providing comprehensive evaluations and programs for musculoskeletal injuries, including post-surgical rehab, injury prevention programs, and strength and conditioning programs. 570-858-5645 or visit their Facebook page today for more information. Optimize your health and performance. 8 North Grove Street, Lock Haven. At Hiller's Fuel Oil, they don't hate the cold, they heat the cold. Hiller's believes there's no inconvenient time or location to deliver fuel. Hiller's providing on and off-road diesel, gasoline, grease, and motor oil skid tanks and loading racks for self-pickup. Locally owned for over 60 years, Hiller's makes first-time customers lifetime customers. 570-865-4879. Or look for the Exxon sign, Cemetery Street, Jersey Shore. Hiller's Fuel Oil, they don't hate the cold, they heat the cold. Hiller's Fuel Oil in Jersey Shore.
The Bear. WQBR, Avis Williams Sports State College.
Halftime at Charlotte E. Smith Field in Lock Haven. Lock Haven with a 2-0 lead over St. Louis at the break. Let's recap how we arrived at that halftime score. St. Louis had the better of the early action. A couple penalty corner shot opportunities in the first 10 minutes of the game. Morgan Crow with a shot. Officially, Stephanie Whiteman credited with a defensive save, her 4th of the season. Whiteman was there. Paige Stuppy was there as well. Amanda Clark also with an opportunity that Stuppy kicked aside. That, though, was immediately following the Lock Haven goal as Lock Haven took the momentum on a Michelle Enck goal off of a penalty corner, not officially a penalty corner goal, as Tamia Roach was set up as the hitter, directed it to her left to Enck, and Enck pushed it home by Jessie Bryan for her 5th goal of the year. And Lock Haven had a 1-0 lead with 16:11 to go in the first half. Roach credited with the assist. Lock Haven continued to apply pressure, and it paid off on the final play of the first half, off a penalty corner again. The rebound, Megan Wenrick to the right of goal, sneaking the ball by Bryan on the far post, ball rolling over the goal line on the near side. Wenrick with her 2nd goal of the season, and that's where we are right now, 2-0, the Lock Haven lead at the half. Earlier this week, I spoke with Lock Haven's Stephanie Whiteman, a 5'11 senior from Trinidad and Tobago. Whiteman, in all-region selection last year, she had an Atlantic 10 best, 8 defensive saves, and I asked her about what makes her so effective at successfully executing the defensive save.
Well, to keep the defensive saves out, I guess, just keeping your eye on the ball and knowing where your players are. The defensive saves also have a lot to do with my players that work in front of me. So all I have to do is just clean up, and they do all the work, as in keeping the ball to one side and making sure that direct shot comes towards me, so I know it's easy to save it. As the post person in defense, for the defensive corners, I am the person who's with the goalkeeper, and I am the one to clean up the goalkeeper whenever she makes a mistake or if she makes a save. I'm the one to clear that ball out. So, as me and Stoppy always have saying, like, we got each other's back in the back there.
Hey, what do you view as your strengths as a player?
I think one of my strengths is definitely my communication on the field, especially for my position. I am the deep center back, so I see everything. I have to control everything that goes on in the field and tell everyone where to go. I believe also one of my strengths is my commitment and my determination. Every game I give out 100%, all 70 minutes of the game. I try my very best to keep calm and compose the team even if we're down. I still try to motivate everyone and keep everyone on level heads, so we'll be able to push forward as a team. And
you had the opportunity in the spring to represent your country, Trinidad and Tobago, at the Pan American Junior Championships. How did that opportunity come about?
Well, that was an amazing opportunity. I was actually on the national team back home before I came up to the United States, and I was also on the 2021 team. So our coach from back home, he requested me, requested PR, asking if I will be able to join the team. And when I went home for the summer before the tournament and during the Christmas break, I trained every day intensely, twice a day, preparing for the tournament. This was my second on the 2021 tournament. I represented my country, and I couldn't be more proud of our performance for being the smallest nation there. We finished 6th overall. And I think for having such small resources and little resources as compared to the bigger countries, we did our country well and performed.
What might be your next opportunity with that Trinidad and Tobago squad?
Hopefully when I graduate in December, I'll be going back home, and we have some other tournaments coming up that I'll be able to participate in because I'll no longer be playing collegiate field hockey. There's World League Round 2 that'll be going on, possibly I think it's in Peru next March. So I'll be looking forward to take part in that.
Stephanie, we wish you great success in that and also in everything you do post-Lock Haven and, of course, in the short term, the rest of this season as well. Thank you for the time and all the best to you.
Thank you very much. I hope forward to seeing you for the rest of our games, and I hope we pull out this season to be a successful one.
Lock Haven University senior Stephanie Whiteman. Thanks to Stephanie for meeting with us in the Bald Eagle feature. You can hear them throughout the 2016-2017 academic and athletic year. Score at halftime from Charlotte E. Smith Field, Lock Haven 2. St. Louis nothing when we return. First half stats, out of town scoreboard, and we'll have the second half. You're listening to Lock Haven University Field Hockey on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Shift into savings at Dotterer Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. Right now, get the Subcompact BX, the Compact B or L Series, or the bigger MX Special Utility Tractor with a low down payment and 0% APR for 84 months. That's 7 years. And get a full 6-year limited powertrain warranty. See Dotterer today. They're your local Kubota dealer. See them. Route 64 in Mill Hall, Route 75 Honey Grove. Dotterer Equipment. They're the hometown guys.
Country music's greatest vocal group is back. Rascal Flatts, Friday, October 7th, 8:30 at Bryce Jordan Center. With special guest, Chase Bryant. Tickets are on sale now at all Bryce Jordan Center ticket outlets, Ticketmaster.com, or 800-745-3000. Produced by Outback Concerts and Magic City Productions.
All tickets just $30 a seat. Get yours now.
The Bear, Country 99.9.
Halftime, 2-0 the Lock Haven lead over St. Louis. Jonathan Schwab on the Bear Country Sports Network. Let's look at the first half stats. Lock Haven had the better of play. It took a little while for Lock Haven to settle in, though. Outshooting St. Louis 7-3. 5-2 shots on goal in favor of Lock Haven. 7-3 Lock Haven penalty corners. Lock Haven individually picking up a goal each from Megan Wenrick and Michelle Enck. Tamia Roach with an assist. In goal, Paige Stuppy officially with one save. For St. Louis, 3 saves for Jesse Bryan, the goalkeeper. Again, the score here, 2-0 Lock Haven at the break. On the Atlantic 10 scoreboard, other Sunday afternoon activity getting going at noon. Richmond is at LaSalle, and VCU is at St. Joseph's. We are just moments away from the start of the second half as Lock Haven looking to push over 500 in the Atlantic 10. Lock Haven's 5-4 overall, 2-2 in the A10. St. Louis aiming for their first Atlantic 10 win of the year. They're 1-8, 0-2 in A10 play. St. Louis in the midst of a very odd stretch of schedule. They play today, first game in a week, and then after today, they don't play for almost 2 weeks. So this is St. Louis's only game in an 18-day span. And then they have 4 home games in very quick succession. The Billikens have spent a lot of time away from home in the early season, including today. This is their 8th of 10 games away from the Sportport on the SLU campus. Lock Haven will go from left to right in the second half on your internet screen or iPhone. Lock Haven in the crimson uniforms with the white numerals and the white lettering. 35 minutes on the clock. St. Louis standing over the ball at midfield. Carly Kissinger's ready to start the second half. Everybody in the press box ready to start the second half. They are, and we're underway in the second half. Ball rolled up to Colleen McCabe of Lock Haven. McCabe to the far side to Lydia George. George stick handles on that far side and finds DeGons. DeGons works into the scoring area. Crosses it to the middle, looking for Enck. Pass does not get there. Devin Barry keeps for Lock Haven. Over to Tamia Roach. Her shot hits a St. Louis player in the face. It's Maya Bentley, who was banged up in the first half. And to add insult for Bentley and St. Louis, it's a shooting space violation and a penalty corner for Lock Haven. 8th Lock Haven penalty corner. McCabe has exclusively been the inserter. Whiteman set up to settle. Roach lined up to swing. McCabe puts it in. Well settled. Whiteman gets it back from Roach. Crossed in and the redirect in the goal. It was Dana Lee DeGans on the finish. A pretty execution on the penalty corner. And Lock Haven with a 3-0 lead. DeGans reties Enck for the team lead with her 5th goal of the season. Young woman who missed most of last year after suffering a serious knee injury in the second game of her freshman campaign. She has come back with an impact. The goal assisted by Stephanie Whiteman. And Lock Haven immediately extends the lead. The goal officially coming. 36:04 in. Or to put it a little differently, with 33:56 left. Lock Haven will work from the back line. Long pass all the way through the middle of the field to St. Louis's back line, where Caitlin Gibson controls. DeGans on the strip away, struggles, keeps it. DeGans poked away, but Lock Haven keeps. Megan Wenrick to the near side, Roach. Roach has her first touch betray her out over the back line. St. Louis ball. 32:55 to go, Lock Haven. Led 2-0 at the half, quickly extending that lead off of a beautiful penalty corner execution. The keeper, Bryan, had no chance on that DeGans deflection. St. Louis operating from the back line on the far side, Gibson. And Pinnock loses it out on the far side. Lock Haven's restart, though, not a good one. And the battle waged. Devin Berry looking to split 2 defenders. A whistle. It will go against St. Louis outside the scoring circle. Good crowd lining the fence off to our right on this Sunday morning. Tamia Roach has her pass knocked away. Carly Wolf looking to change the field for St. Louis, and she will earn a restart for the Billikens as the ball went out off of Lock Haven. With 31:40 left in the game, 3-0 the Lock Haven lead. Lock Haven will make the trip next weekend to North Carolina. Play against Appalachian State and Davidson. The Appalachian State game, a non-conference tilt. That Davidson game will be a key game in the Atlantic 10. Long pass from St. Louis rolls all the way out over the back line in Lock Haven's defensive end. It will be Lock Haven ball. Lock Haven was picked to finish tied for 4th in the preseason poll out of 9 teams in the Atlantic 10. The team they were tied with was Davidson. The top 4 teams at the end of the regular season make the Atlantic 10 tournament. DeGans working the back line offensively now for Lock Haven. Tries to nutmeg a defender with a pass to the middle. It's stolen away and a foul on Lock Haven. So Lock Haven, if they win this game and then find a way to go to Davidson and win, you'd be sitting at 4-2 in the Atlantic 10. And while the 2 games remaining in league play would certainly be challenging, UMass and St. Joseph's, you'd have to like your chances. Lock Haven, 15-5 last year as St. Louis trying to work out of their defensive end with 30:21 left in the game. LHU up 3-0. Lock Haven went 15-5 last year, but 3-5 in the Atlantic 10. Missed out on the A10 tournament. It was a little bit of a weird year. Lock Haven had marquee wins over Penn State and UMass, but also fell to this St. Louis team. And a steal away now by Enck on the right wing. Enck into the scoring circle, and her shot is partially deflected wide on the near side over the back line. So Lock Haven's looking to put the whole package together this year. Very experienced defensively, still searching for some answers offensively. And they knew they would have chances to score against this St. Louis team. Wanted to ring up the cash register, though. St. Louis with a takeaway in the middle of the field. Over midfield, pass just out of the reach of Fide on the far side as she was prepared to take on Whiteman. Lock Haven ball with 29:23 left. 3-0 the Lock Haven lead. Long pass along the far sideline all the way up to DeGons. DeGons around a defender. Has Enk as an outlet. Instead will try to work it behind her, and there's nobody there. Devin Barry works hard to reclaim for LHU. Around a defender. Guides a pass to the middle, and a foul called on St. Louis outside the scoring circle. Barry will take the free hit. Now McCabe around one Billiken. Around another Billiken. Around a third with the shot and the finish. Individual brilliance from Colleen McCabe, her second goal of the year. It is 4-0 Lock Haven. The goal coming with 28:40 to go in the contest. That is as unassisted as a goal can get. McCabe with the do-it-herself effort. And what was a 2-goal halftime lead has expediently become a 4-goal advantage for the home team. Playing at this gorgeous facility on the Lock Haven University campus. Face of the mountain right in front of us. Ball out over the back line on Lock Haven's defensive side. It's off LHU, so a free hit for St. Louis. SLU trying to get on the board. Long pass into the scoring area, and we have a whistle. An obstruction call on St. Louis. So it'll be a Lock Haven free hit. Smashed upfield, redirected, but St. Louis in good position. DeGons tracks back and will be whistled for an obstruction call. Caitlin Gibson pushes to the far side, and Lydia George knocks the pass down. Lock Haven with a 4-on-4 the other way. Good job by Gibson to cut the pass off, but Martinelli stays in a good spot for Lock Haven. Martinelli on the near side, shoveling a pass ahead, and the ball hit the hand of Maya Bentley. So Lock Haven will have a free hit with 27:11 left in the game. 4-0, the Lock Haven lead. Wenrick, stick handling on the near side. Working against Fide. Tucks the ball by her, by another St. Louis player. Now Roach on the back line. Roach crosses to the middle, in front, whacked home by Lydia George. It is 5-0 Lock Haven.
Goal Lock Haven, number 2, Lydia George. Assisting on the play, number 7, Tamia Roach.
Tamia Roach with her second assist of the day. For Lydia George, the goal is her 4th of the year. She is the leading accumulator of points on this Lock Haven team. Lock Haven, 5 goals, 5 different goal scorers. That tally coming with 26:53 to go in the second half. We have a whistle and a foul on St. Louis. Lock Haven came in with a chip on their shoulder collectively after going to St. Louis and getting upset 2-1 last year. That stayed on LHU's minds as the ball out on the far sideline. Didn't necessarily play with the full fury of that chip in the first half, but they are in the second half. 3 goals in a span of 8 minutes and 7 seconds to open the second half. And for all the rain that has fallen in central Pennsylvania over the last 3 days, appropriate that the floodgates have now opened. Roach on a free hit for Lock Haven into the near corner, Martinelli. Martinelli crosses to the middle in front. St. Louis clears, but Lock Haven will have their 9th penalty corner of the morning. I had to check the clock. We are nearing noon on the East Coast. For the folks looking to rush off to Sunday football, we're right on schedule. Colleen McCabe will insert. All she's focused on is Lock Haven's 6th goal. Pushes it in. Whiteman settles. Roach back to Whiteman. Whiteman with a looping shot lands on top of the goal. That's the kind of shot you would see in soccer where player tries to chip the keeper. Whiteman trying to chip it over the challenging Bryan, but it was a little bit too distant. May have taken a deflection. Lock Haven will have a free hit. Roach with a dangerous hit. It'll be St. Louis ball. 24:43 left in the game. 5-0 Lock Haven. It was 2-0 at the half. Lock Haven with 3 quick goals in the second half to blow this game out of the water on a cloudy, humid 67-degree day in Lock Haven. Foul in Lock Haven. So again, it'll be Maya Bentley on the restart, working back to Caitlin Gibson. Gibson, a factor in this St. Louis program from day one when she arrived out of San Diego, California. Started all 39 games over her first 2 years. Ball out on the far sideline and in the St. Louis offensive half off Lock Haven. So the free hit for Allison Pinnock. True freshman who has started all 10 games this season. Ball out over the back line off Lock Haven again, so St. Louis another restart. Ball chipped ahead to Kissinger. Kissinger's pass broken up, intercepted by McCabe. She backhands it up ahead and then has it go off her right foot. So St. Louis trying to work towards that scoring area, and the call will go against St. Louis now. It'll be Lock Haven possession with 23:20 left. 5-0 Lock Haven. The pass upfield takes a heavy deflection on the attempt by McCabe. Nearly found the official scorer's area, which it's a little bit of an elevated setup. One person sitting in it right now. It's called a donkey around here. I don't know if that's the actual appropriate name for it. Not sure exactly what the correlation is to the animal, a donkey. Ball out over the back line. On the Lock Haven defensive side, it'll be LHU's possession with 22:37 to go. But what do I know? Before I searched it this morning, I had no idea what a Billiken was. And to be completely honest, even though I looked it up, I can't remember right now. 22:24 left, 5-0 Lock Haven. Push pass up ahead. April Stafford tries to chase it. She cannot get to it. Kissinger on the far side. Monica Ryan can't keep the ball in play on the far side. Lock Haven head coach Pat Rudy and assistant coach Anna Rogers applauding. They have to be much happier with what they've seen from their team in the second half. As St. Louis trying to work up the far sideline, and it goes out again for a Lock Haven free hit. The Lock Haven goals, Enk, Wenrick, DeGons, McCabe, and George. And that has to be what makes Lock Haven happiest. They've struggled scoring goals at times, and so you're happy if you put 5 goals on the board no matter what, but when 5 different players get involved, you hope that that momentum carries into next weekend when they go to Appalachian State and then, more importantly, at Davidson on Sunday. St. Louis working from their back line, and the call goes against Stafford of Lock Haven. Lock Haven well positioned to go 6-4 overall, 3-2 in the Atlantic 10. Scoop pass up ahead is nearly stolen. It is stolen by Roach. Stafford has Roach to her left, and a nice defensive play by Gibson to intercept the pass and work it to the near side to Bentley, but Bentley's pass too far out in front of Sophia Cheever. St. Louis able to get it back, though. Katie Moss. Moss had an assist in the win over Lock Haven last season. Haven't heard much from her today as another Lock Haven foul. And St. Louis trying to work up the far side, and they're able to keep it in play. Amanda Clark working the far sideline. St. Louis with an offensive opportunity, and is going to be an illegal touch on Whiteman. It will slow the transition down, but St. Louis will still have possession as we near 15 minutes into the second half. 5-0 Lock Haven. Lock Haven doing significant damage in the first 8 minutes of the second half. Pass to the middle. Goes off a St. Louis stick out over the back line. Lock Haven ball. Lock Haven, 1947 away, it appears, from ending their 3-game home losing streak. For whatever reason, Lock Haven's been a better road team in 2016. 3-1 away from Charlotte East Smithfield, just 2-3 at home. Legal touch on Lock Haven, but our officiating crew says not so fast to St. Louis on the restart. Ball set to the middle. Gibson. Angled up ahead. Clark can't reach the pass, so they'll go out over the back line on the far side. Ball to Lock Haven. Tabitha Almond to the middle to Rachel Martinelli. Now Devin Barry. Over to Lydia George. George into the scoring area. Ball rolling through the crease just by Stafford. Stafford able to keep it in the field of play. Roach crossing to the middle. Her pass is tipped away. And St. Louis happy to clear it out on the near side. Fide almost kept it in play on the near sideline. Couldn't. Lock Haven free hit for Megan Wenrick. Wenrick started all 20 games last season. One of the leaders in this Lock Haven program, a second-team All-Mid-East region selection. Fide with another chance to keep the ball in play on the near side, and again, unable to do it. With 18:02 to go, 5-0 Lock Haven. Lock Haven goals from Enk, Wenrick, DeGons, McCabe, and George. The latter three all coming in the first 8 minutes and 7 seconds of the second half. Wenrick over to the far side as Lock Haven inside the midfield with their whole team right now. Really tilting the field. McCabe along the back line. Barry crosses through the crease, and Stafford from her knees just could not reach it. Actually may have been Enk, it was, who nearly made it 6-0, and it's out on the near side to Lock Haven. Stafford was right next to Enk, but Enk had the best shot at putting that ball home on empty goal. Good battle for Martinelli. She's been a tireless worker in the midfield, but obstruction called on Martinelli. The restart for Kissinger. Pass through the midfield is stolen by Almond. She works it to the middle. George now Enk. Enk around a defender and a whistle and a foul, and Lock Haven will be allowed to restart immediately, and now the official says, no, you can't. Free hit taken by Martinelli. George has her pass deflected right back to Martinelli. Sticks clash, and St. Louis will come the other way. Good shovel for Kissinger. Almond takes a quality angle, though, and the ball out on the near side. The foul will go against Fide. Free hit for Tabitha Almond. Wenrick to the near side, trying to work with Wolf, and St. Louis can't keep it in. Lock Haven ball. 16:09 left, 5-0 the Lock Haven lead. This Lock Haven program under longtime head coach Pat Rudy, as Lock Haven loses it out, and look out over in that donkey as the ball made square contact with the facing of the donkey. Lock Haven 4 consecutive winning seasons, all as a member of the Atlantic 10. So where a lot of programs dominate at the Division II level and struggle with that transition to D1, Lock Haven has thrived as a Division I field hockey program. Possession back to St. Louis, right in front of the Lock Haven bench on the far side. 15:27 to go. Lock Haven led 2-0 at the half, now up 5-0. In the middle of the field, Wolf fouled by Roach. Wolf will step away and let Bentley hit it back to Wolf. She backhands it, has no help there though. Not enough on the pass. Almond up the near sideline and poked out by Bentley for a Lock Haven restart. Almond back to Wenrick, to the far side, McCabe. McCabe head up. Heavy pass to the far sideline is a good one. Finding some support. And now Barry turns off to Enk. Enk inside the scoring area, crosses to Stafford, who taps it home. April Stafford with her first goal of the year. And Lock Haven with a 6-0 lead. And I believe that is the first career goal for Stafford as well. Michelle Enk on the assist. The goal coming with 14:41 to go. So congratulations to April Stafford, the junior from Burnville, Pennsylvania, at Hamburg High School. She gives Lock Haven a 6-0 lead as St. Louis advancing, looking to get on the board, make the final score a touch more respectable. I mentioned early in the broadcast, St. Louis has allowed 5 goals or more in all 8 of their losses. It looks very strongly as though that will become all 9 of their losses, unless they pull off what would be a miraculous comeback in the last 14 minutes. Kissinger stick handles through 3 Lock Haven players and earns the foul call outside the scoring circle. Ball centered from the far side, and another obstruction call on Lock Haven. It'll be a St. Louis restart from inside the dashed arc. Kissinger works around one bald eagle, and another call against Lock Haven. One of the first examples of really sustained pressure from St. Louis in the second half. Ball crossed to the middle in front. The shot on the goal line and cleared out by McCabe. Sophia Cheever very nearly had her second goal of the year. That shot was by Stuppy, but McCabe saved the day. And now McCabe will send it out all the way the length of this turf field. And with all the rain we've had in the Lock Haven area over the last 4 days, this field playing as well as you could imagine. The field is a surface almost sponge-like. It does its best when it's wet. And no question, it has received a significant influx of water this week. Martinelli with the ball for Lock Haven, working towards the scoring circle, and a foul on St. Louis outside the circle with 12:36 to go. 6-0 Lock Haven. Wenrick has support on the near side, and she will exercise her right to use it to Emily Robb. Freshman getting the starting call today to Stafford. Stafford works by a defender into the scoring circle. Along the back line, no whistle. St. Louis able to clear the circle. Can't come the other way. Interception made by Wenrick. She crosses into the scoring circle, and the keeper, Brian, kicks it out to the near side, out on the sideline. 11:55 to go in the game. Lock Haven set to move to 6-4 overall, as the sun fighting to break through the clouds at Charlotte E. Smith Field. It's been probably a good 4 days since we've seen Mr. Sun. Tamia Roach angles it to the circle. It's poked back out over the sideline by St. Louis. Lock Haven goals, 6 different goal scorers. Enck, Wenrick, DeGons, McCabe, George, and Stafford. As Lockhaven shuttling in some of their backups, and an opportunity on goal, and a Lockhaven finish. As Stafford tapped it in, but they'll say no goal. Stafford nearly had her second in quick succession, but the officials wave it off. Lockhaven back into the circle, Stafford again. And this will be called a dangerous shot attempt as a defender was in the space as she swung to shoot. .10:35 to go, 6-0. The Lockhaven lead. Tamia Roach. Has it nicked out on the near side. It'll be a Lockhaven ball. As the pass centered in front, and another Lockhaven goal, this one to Michelle Enck. Roach with her third assist. Enck becomes the first bald eagle to score 2 in this game. And Lockhaven now with a 7-0 lead. The goal comes with 10:06 to play. Michelle Enck with her 6th goal of the year. Tamia Roach entered this game without an assist on the year, and she has 3 this afternoon. Ball in the middle of the field. Lockhaven and St. Louis battle hard, and it will be Lockhaven ball. Good fight by Megan Miller for LHU on the field, the 5'3" freshman from Gettysburg. As on the other side, Mimi Dawson has come on in goal for St. Louis, 5'2" freshman from Hampton, Virginia. Lockhaven loses it out over the back line. It'll be St. Louis ball working from their defensive end with 9:28 to go, 7-0 Lockhaven. Lockhaven now outshooting St. Louis 15-5. At one point in the first half, St. Louis was outshooting Lockhaven 4-2. But after the slow start, Lockhaven has turned it on in a big way. St. Louis with the ball on the far side, pass upfield to Molly Fide. And Stephanie Whiteman was waiting for her, but a foul on Whiteman. On the far side, Dunlap, dispossessed by Mackenzie Farley. 5-foot freshman from East Berlin, PA. Scored her first career goal on September 4th in a win over Towson. So with the exception of maybe the first 10 minutes, the Lockhaven coaching staff has to be very pleased with what their team has given them today. And especially now that you've got the big lead, you can put some of the young kids on the field, give them a feel for Atlantic 10 action as the ball crossed into the middle. Dawson smothers it and kicks it aside. It'll be a penalty corner for Lockhaven, as Dawson may have held on to that a little bit too long for the taste of the officials. 8:04 to go in the game. Goalkeeper's not allowed to stop the ball. And for a split second, Dawson did just that. Lockhaven's first 4 Atlantic 10 games, all decided by 1 goal. Not the case today. 7-0 Lockhaven. McCabe on the insert. Into George. George with the shot wide on the far side. So Lockhaven has been diverse in their penalty corner looks today, and they've generated some goals from it. Penalty corner execution, a major concern for Pat Rudy entering this game. Ball inside the scoring area, Roach battling for it, and Lockhaven earns a penalty corner. And in the first half, I said you needed 2 hands to measure the number of penalty corners. Now, you're going to have to be an alien. You'll need 3 hands. 11th Lock Haven penalty corner. All three of St. Louis's came early in the game. George puts it in. Tapped over to Roach. Roach from the right side, and her shot deemed dangerous. So the three St. Louis defenders wearing the masks tossed them aside with 6:30 left in the game. All Lock Haven. Pass scooped ahead and redirected to Lydia George. George passes into the scoring circle. It rolls wide of goal on the near side. St. Louis will not play again until October 14th. When they do, it will be an Atlantic 10 showdown with LaSalle. Pass to the middle. Opportunity for Farley, but it hit a Lock Haven foot before it arrived on the freshman's stick. It'll be St. Louis ball with 5:48 left. Farley disrupted that pass off the free hit. Didn't get a stick on it, though, so it'll be Lock Haven ball as we have a timeout on the field. 5:41 left in the game. Lock Haven 7. St. Louis nothing. You're listening to Lock Haven Field Hockey on the Bear Country Sports Network.
When the seasons change, Ex-Agway in Jersey Shore is ready. Buy wood pellets and canning supplies at Ex-Agway with a complete line of Mrs. Wages mixes along with food plot supplies for hunting season. Ex-Agway open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. Look for their sign on Allegheny Street in Jersey Shore directing you down the hill to their 112 Harris Street location. Ex-Agway, local people taking care of local people. 570-398-2770. Ex-Agway in Jersey Shore. At Hiller's Fuel Oil, they don't hate the cold, they heat the cold. Hiller's believes there's no inconvenient time or location to deliver fuel. Hiller's providing on and off-road diesel, gasoline, grease, and motor oil skid tanks and loading racks for self-pickup. Locally owned for over 60 years, Hiller's makes first-time customers lifetime customers. 570-865-4879. Or look for the Exxon sign, Cemetery Street, Jersey Shore. Hiller's Fuel Oil, they don't hate the cold, they heat the cold. Hiller's Fuel Oil in Jersey Shore. Gerhard Her Insurance has one question for you. How long have you had your insurance with one agency? Are you aware the insurance industry is changing all the time? Many recommend you review the cost of your policies and what that price covers every 3 years. So the smart thing to do is to call Gerhard Her Insurance in Lock Haven, 570-748-8011. With a 49-year track record of serving Bear Country, they can take care of all of your business and personal insurance needs. Gerhard Her Insurance, 570-748-8011.
The Bear. WQBR, Avis Williams Sports State College.
5:41 left in the contest after the Lock Haven timeout, with Lock Haven leading 7-0. Jonathan Schwab on the Bear Country Sports Network. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the post-game wrap-up and take a look at the Atlantic 10 scoreboard. Two other games in action today. Lock Haven with the ball out of the timeout. Deflection by Stafford towards the scoring circle, and a collision, a foul on Lock Haven. Alicia Smith commits the foul. St. Louis on the far side, Dunlap, and her pass tipped into the Lock Haven bench. It'll be St. Louis ball. Lock Haven was trying to find their offense. They have done that in spades. 6 different goal scorers, bookended by Michelle Enck. Lock Haven led 2-0 at the half. They have poured it on in the second half. A whistle and obstruction against St. Louis with 4:53 left. Pass through the midfield. Over to the near side. St. Louis can't keep it in play. Ball will skitter out. Hannah Mengel will enter it. 5'5" sophomore from Reading, PA. Appearing in her 4th game of the year. St. Louis with a takeaway now. Trying to get on the board before the clock strikes 0. Katie Moss has her pass go over the back line, intended for Hannah Smith. Lock Haven ball. McCabe on the far side. So Pat Rudy and Anna Rogers mixing in some young players, keeping some veterans out there. to give those freshmen and sophomores some valuable game action, some structure. St. Louis loses it out on the near sideline. Under 4 minutes to go. 7-0 the Lock Haven lead. They'll say it went off Lock Haven, so Carly Wolf will take the restart. Over to Amanda Clark. Clark's pass picked off and rolled up ahead by Miller. Shut off, though, at midfield, and the foul will go against Lock Haven. Kelsey Sienkiewicz, 5'2" junior from Shavertown on the field. McCabe with the possession on the far side. Cuts a pass to the middle. It's stolen, and the call will go against Lock Haven with 3:14 left. Lock Haven, after this one, back to classes and then off to North Carolina over the weekend, next weekend, to play Appalachian State and Davidson. That Davidson game, a pivotal Atlantic 10 matchup. St. Louis loses it out offensively over the back line. Lock Haven ball with 2:51 left. Long pass up ahead by Lock Haven, searching for Taryn Piano, 5'3" freshman from Temple, PA. She can't get there, so it'll be St. Louis ball. They'll operate from their back line on the near side. Bentley. For St. Louis, a long road in front of them. First-year head coach Danielle Baumgartner trying to rebuild this program. She had great success. Played collegiately at Maryland, was a member of national championship squads in 2010 and 2011. So she knows the look of a winning program. And St. Louis was arguably the better team for the first 10 minutes and competitive throughout the first half. The wheels came unhinged in the second half, and you give credit to Lock Haven for much of that as well. 1:44 to go. St. Louis will have a free hit from the far sideline in their offensive half. Kissinger. Weaving. Spinning. Splitting two. Rolls it to the middle, and the ball sent by Hannah Smith over the back line from our perspective to the right of the Lock Haven goal. Out for a Lock Haven free hit as we tick down towards the final minute of play. 7-0 Lock Haven. Whiteman's clear goes over a St. Louis stick, and now Piano on the far side. Taryn Piano into the scoring area. Her pass hits a St. Louis foot, and Lock Haven will have a lucky dozen. Their 12th penalty corner of the afternoon. With 52 seconds to go. And I would expect we will be calling a few different names on this penalty corner as McCabe will take it. Nobody bent over to settle right now for Lock Haven. It'll be rolled to Alicia Smith. Her shot is deflected, rolling to the back line, and St. Louis clears it on the near sideline with 22 seconds to go. Ball put back in play by Mengel. A collision on the near side, no whistle yet. Ball out on the near sideline as Fide and Robb collided. Emily Robb for Lock Haven, trying to work around Fide. A foul on Fide. That will kill the remaining time, and Lock Haven moves back over 500 in the Atlantic 10. Final score, Lock Haven 7, St. Louis nothing. When we come back, we'll have the post-game wrap-up. You're listening to Lock Haven University Field Hockey on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Food and fun with friends and family when you go to Haywood's on the Green and Mill Hall. With a large bar and their big screen TVs, Haywood's is where you go to catch the game with your buddies. Their spacious dining room and kids menu make them a family favorite too. Ask Haywood's about their special banquet menu for events in a ballroom capable of hosting parties up to 200 people. Call 570-748-8402 for reservations and check them out at haywoodsotg.com and on Facebook and Instagram. Haywood's. Dr. Jason Madigan at Sport and Spine Chiropractic Rehab, not just a chiropractor, but also a nationally certified strength and conditioning specialist. Sport and Spine Chiropractic Rehab, providing comprehensive evaluations and programs for musculoskeletal injuries, including post-surgical rehab, injury prevention programs, and strength and conditioning programs. 570-858-5645 or visit their Facebook page today for more information. Optimize your health and performance. 8 North Grove Street, Lock Haven. Shift into savings at Dutterer Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. Right now, get the Subcompact BX, the Compact B or L Series, or the bigger MX Special Utility Tractor with a low down payment and 0% APR for 84 months. That's 7 years. And get a full 6-year limited powertrain warranty. See Dutterer today. They're your local Kubota dealer. See them. Route 64 in Mill Hall, Route 75 Honey Grove. Dutterer Equipment. They're the hometown guys.
It's WQBR, the Bear.
Final score in Atlantic 10 field hockey from Lock Haven. Lock Haven 7, St. Louis nothing. With the win, Lock Haven now 6-4 overall, 3-2 in the Atlantic 10. St. Louis falls to 1-9, 0-3 in conference play. Jonathan Schwab with the post-game wrap-up on the Bear Country Sports Network. Lock Haven took a 2-0 lead into the locker room. Goals by Michelle Enck, assisted by Tamia Roach with 16:11 to go in the first half. That gave Lock Haven a 1-0 lead. And then on the final play of the first half, with no time on the clock, off a penalty corner, Megan Wenrick, unassisted, it was 2-0 Lock Haven at the half. The goals came quickly and frequently in the second half. Dana Lee DeGons from Stephanie Whiteman with 33:56 to go in the game made it 3-0. Then it was Colleen McCabe on a sensational individual effort with 28:40 to go to make it 4-0. Lydia George added to the lead, assisted by Tamia Roach with 26:53 left. Lock Haven 3 goals in the first 8:07 of the second half to go up 5-0. April Stafford then contributed with her first career goal, assisted by Michelle Enck with 14:41 to go. That made it 6-0. Lock Haven capped the scoring. Enck with the bookender, assisted by Roach. Roach's third assist of the game with 10:06 to go to give us our final score of 7-0. Final stats from this afternoon's matchup. Lock Haven outshot St. Louis 14-4. Shots on goal, 10-2 Lock Haven. Corners, Lock Haven 12, St. Louis with just 3. The goalkeepers for Lock Haven, Paige Stuppy made 1 save and earned a shutout. For St. Louis, Jesse Bryan with 3 saves. Mimi Dawson did not record a save. On the out-of-town scoreboard, no other Lock Haven University action today. Atlantic 10 field hockey. Richmond is playing at LaSalle. No update there. They have 29:56 gone in the first half at St. Joseph's. St. Joe's with a 1-0 lead over VCU. Next game for both teams will be on a Friday. For Lock Haven, this Friday, as they play at Appalachian State at 7 p.m. St. Louis will play Friday, October 14th, when they host LaSalle at 2 p.m. Our next LHU coverage on the Bear Country Sports Network on the radio will be Saturday, as Lock Haven travels down to Cheney. LHU football looking for that first win of the year. We will be recording and filming the LHU Coaches Show Tuesday night from Haywood's on the Green. We encourage you to come out. The show from 7 p.m. until 7:30 as we get you ready for the week in Lock Haven University sports. The Coaches Show will air at noon on Saturday, 12:30 pregame for the football game, 1 p.m. kickoff. All of that on the Bear Country Sports Network.